Well, we're back for fun. Hope you want some. Okay. This is Braveheart Nation Creation Week, and we have a bunch of beautiful souls here. And John, why don't you come up here, John, and sit beside me? Okay. All right. So just so you know, John is from the UK, and John didn't know it, but his destiny was to come here to the Ixtapa World Healing and Training Center and stay here for a few months, because we're going to be starting a show here, aren't we, John?
We certainly are.
And what's it called?
Get Wired.
That's right.
Get Fired.
So,
Wired to get fried.
so, you know, his last name is not Trump, it's Tramp.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, no, it's Get Wired, and it's all about 5G, and it's all about all of the... Why don't you tell them what's going to be about?
Oh, yeah. All about electromagnetic fields, your smart meters, from your smartwatch, your 5G, to your phone tower, to your Fitbit. And it's amazing how toxic they are. We're sort of covered in the soup, and it's all about solutions, you know, because we're not about fear in this town. So
That's right.
Yeah.
And I posted a video that John did on Doc of Detox, and we'll put that on. And Sean, can you make sure the boys take that off of Telegram, Doc of Detox Telegram, and also put it on Facebook so people can get to know John a little bit, okay? And then decide whether or not they ever want to see him again. All right, so John, you have a question.
yeah.
Oh, here, let me just share my little mic.
Well, it's good. You don't need to do that.
Sean, we'll talk to you when we need to talk to you.
So I'm doing a 48-hour water fast to prep for my perfect day advice that I was given by Sage. Great advice. And what's the safest way to break a fast?
With broth.
Fast?
With
broth.
well, even if it's a 48-hour fast, you divide it in half. So now you got 24 hours of doing broth, whether it's bone broth, veggie broth, okay? And also you could do celery juice. That would be really great. That's all I would really want to do. Don't overcomplicate it. And here, celery juice is pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't want to make it yourself, then what you do is you tell Lionel to make sure he's got lots of celery for you for that day, right? A big bunch of celery so he can make 1.5 quarts to 2 quarts of celery juice, and then go get yourself some veggie broth or bone broth, whatever your desire is, right? And then try to make the veggie broth or the bone broth warm or hot so that you're really cleansing out and you're saying, here comes some food, but I love you. You know, warmth is always a nice thing, whether it's love or it's liquid, right? Okay, so keep it warm, even to hot when you start off. Never break a fast with anything cold. Okay, room temperature is about as cold as you get. If you break a fast with something cold, you are going to get in trouble. Now, let's say now the 24 hours is up, you know what I think would be really good is do the next day and just do watermelon all day. And then the third day, just get right back into eating a whole plant-based diet like the perfect day, like we went over the other day. And people, the perfect day diet can be seen in my library at docofdetox.com. It's free for you. And just look at the 4 pillars of the perfect day. We outline it there. And then if you want to dive right in and you go, I really want to love and honor, respect myself, then check out the perfect day guide, which is about 350 pages, I guess. But then if you really want to do it, then get a perfect day consult, right?
Yep.
And was the consult helpful?
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Your son did a great job.
So what happens is, then when you get the perfect day consult, then you've got lifetime tweaking with us. And that's the deal. If you could really figure out what the perfect day is for you, and you did it every day, you'd never have to do another detox, and you'd never become an emergency, and you'd never have a dis-ease because you'd always be at ease. Oh God, how did I ever figure that out? It took me 40 years. Whatever. But the reality is we're programmed to knock ourselves off one piece at a time. Right, John?
Certainly, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you want to know?
I think I'm all good.
You're all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any more of the perfect days back there on the chair? Because there was some extras. Because somebody used mine and...
Accidentally took
what?
There's one.
Where did you have that screen set up? Was that downstairs?
That was upstairs.
I'll get it. There's some more.
Okay, then if you could go get something. Did everybody get one of these?
Yeah.
No? Who didn't? Well, just make sure you bring about a few. Just bring about a few. All right. Okay. Okay, let's move right into the perfect day supplementation. All right. We already did the perfect day food plant-based diet. So let's go into the supplementation. And those of you people that are on here thinking, oh, well, here comes the pitch. It's not a pitch. I don't know if you noticed, but food has been devalued for a long time. So we're going to talk about what things will help and how they help. And I'm going to walk through this. And then, because this is a training for our practitioners, all right? And we just let you join us. And if you'd like to join us for that, great. And if not, then we'll see you next time, okay? All right, so,
I'll take a seat. Sure.
well, unless you like sitting with me,
Yeah, it's a pleasure sitting.
then
with
stay
you.
here if you want,
I'll
you know.
take notes while you speak.
Yeah, go ahead, take notes if you want. Grab your notepad, you can come here, and then you might even have something to say.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're right here already.
There you
And
go.
God knows everybody says you never stop talking.
Yeah. It's all with love. It's all with love.
I know that.
Yeah.
You know, this is a guy that wants to share his knowledge and to help the world. You know, yeah. He's a poison to the elites. Yeah,
They don't like
yeah. Infection in the right direction.
You can't be cured easily. Yeah.
All right, okay. Okay, so gift your clients a loving push each and every day. A loving push. So when you go to do a consultation, everyone, you need to understand something. When you do a perfect day consultation, you're going in there with knowing that we need to get them to a certain place. But when you go in there, what do you first evaluate? Their physical condition or their emotional condition? So the condition that your client, patient, whatever you want to call them, is in comes first before their physical condition. The physical condition is just the outcome of their emotional reality of their personality. So we know that we can't get them to change their personality because they actually think their personality is their personality because they've been doing it for so long. But it's not. If it was their personality, they wouldn't be there for you because their real personality was unconditional love and care. You understand? So you need to get that. If you could cement that into your head and then know that this, if I could get this person to change 1% each day, that means in just over 3 months we win. But you will not get them to do it if you don't keep telling them that repetition is the key. And when you do go off track, you are not allowed to give it 1 second that you're a failure or a sinner or whatever you want to call yourself. You cannot do that. You can go, oh, okay, that's what going off track feels like. Now I know where on track is. Soon as you beat yourself up for going off track, okay, you stay there. And that's their goal. That was the goal from the very beginning. Because understand, can you remember throughout your whole life, the main thing that was served to you was guilt? Okay? And human beings are programmed into human doings and they give guilt unconsciously. God loved them all. But you know what? Such a low vibrational species today. We are such a low vibrational species. And you can take it or leave it or think that's an insult or think I'm higher, which I am higher. I'm higher vibrational than a low vibrational human being today. And that's it. So I'm allowed to say that. And if you don't like it, I don't really care. So you have to recognize who you are and then stand for that. And yes, I do not vibrate like the majority. And if I did, I would be a disease. I don't have any diseases. I haven't been to a doctor since I was 17 years old to get a mole removed. Okay, so understand that. I want to make that perfectly clear. And there has been times in between here and there that I have felt like I was going to die until I realized the body heals itself. And the more sick I was, the more I hated myself and damaged myself and made stupid choices. And they were stupid because I knew they weren't good, but I'd still do them because of the people I hung around with said, yeah, come on, just one cigarette. Come on, it won't kill you. One more toke, one more drink. Come on. Is our food too good for you? Going home to my family. Go ahead and eat the food. I mean, I learned this at an early age, but I would compromise myself every time I went home until I just went and I picked the food I wanted off that table that were good for me. Because guess what? You don't realize this because you come numb to it, but every time you eat, you mistreat if you feel bloated or you feel not clear or you have a headache or you feel like you're going to sleep after the meal. This is all things about killing oneself, but they're so normal. So what are we all going to do in Thanksgiving? Well, we're going to overeat and everybody's going to be bloated on the couch and can't move. And then guess what? There's more heart attacks around Thanksgiving and New Year's and Christmas than any time of the year. Yeah, heart attack, right? And it's all that gas from the putrefaction of your food. And guess what? You can walk in as a male and look like you're 12 months pregnant and everybody just doesn't even recognize it anymore. They just want to set their cups on top. All right. I think I went off track. Okay, so gift clients a loving push each and every day with the freedom to grow naturally into the perfect day lifestyle. So the first thing you're going to do when you give a consultation, this is so important, is guess what? I want you to know that you never have to lie to me. You can go off track as much as you want. You can tell me about your addictions and you can fall off 1,000 times. I will never judge you because together we will love you well. And that's the God's truth. I need you to have true confessional. And guess what? I am not going to be like the Catholic Church where I'm going to make you do penance. We are going to let you off the hook right away. And then we're going to find out what triggered you to go off track. This guilt thing stops today. If you want to be a Catholic, go ahead. You want to be Roman Catholic, go ahead. Don't bring it into this resort. Okay? All right? Okay? Okay? We're letting everybody off the cross here. And I mean it. There'll be no more sacrifices. And this is very important because this is my home. And I want it to be your home. And I want you to feel safe here. Okay? Grow naturally into the perfect day lifestyle. So if they change 1% a day, 1% a day, tell them to take a look at the end of the day. Just take a look at the end of the day and say, well, you know what, I could have done that better. I could have spoke to her differently. I could have talked to myself differently. I could have connected to the Lionheart breathing more. So that's why you want to set your phone to go off every 5 minutes to find out if you're breathing. Yeah, doing the Lionheart breath. Were you smiling at the time the phone went ding? Was I smiling? Was I breathing? Were my shoulders back? Was my chin up? Was I walking proud? Did I walk into a room? Did I leave smiles there? Did I leave joy to give somebody a compliment? And or did I go through the cash register and, you know, Shelly was her name on her tag? Okay. All right. She was really nasty to me. She wasn't. She had cramps. Did I say to Shelly, I hope you have the best day of your life. Thank you for your service. And then walk away and Shelly's going, oh my God, people do love me. Because I know I was kind of grumpy there and that person just said, I love you. But instead, we go through the cash register and we go, oh, what a... So we need to stop that now. We need to stop that now. Because I love Shelly. You don't know what's going on in Shelly's life. Okay, if you need someone to hate, hate me. Don't hate Shelly because she's not prepared to deal with your negativity. I am. And then I'll deal with you. Okay, and how will I deal with you? I'll love you anyway. She won't know how to do that. So leave Shelly alone. Okay, customize the perfect day nutraceutical schedule to fit their physical and emotional condition. First thing I do is first thing we get on there and go, so let's go over the history. So we go over their history with them, right? Now remember, we're not going through this in great detail. I hope you know that we're going to spend 2 days on just this in this course. Just this part, 2 days. You nail this, and I'll tell you something. When we're done the Whole Life Coach, I want everybody to book a consultation after doing the Whole Life Coach. Okay? After that 11 days, you're gonna book a consultation, and you're gonna do consultations on your family, and you're gonna tape them. All right? And you're gonna listen to them, and you're gonna go, oh my God, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Okay? All right. Fit their physical and emotional condition. So I get on there and I go, hi, how are you? good. We go over everything. And when people go through there, you go, okay, now we're going to go through your diet. We're going to go through your nutritional. And like right in the book, it says right at the beginning, okay, not everything here is for you. We're going to customize it. So we don't want people thinking we're going to just sell them 3 bags of supplements, because that's not what it's about. It's about giving the supplements to support them, to bring down the infection, bring down the inflammation, to bring up their immune system, to bring a smile on their face as quick as possible so that they buy into, yes, the body can heal itself. That's the deal. Okay? And understand, you'll be able to surmise right away if they've got scarcity or poverty thinking. They're 2 different things. I'm not going to get into that today. I want to try to get through this little part here. But yeah, good luck. Halfway through the paragraph. Okay? So as soon as I get on there, I go, okay, poverty thinking, they're not worth much. So sometimes I actually have to say this. What would you do if it was your granddaughter? What would you do if it was your daughter? And you had to spend, let's say, $1,000 to save her life. Oh my God, why do you even ask me that? Don't even question me on that. Then why can't you do it for yourself? So understand something. People don't know they're running the program. And as soon as I get pushback, I know I can't win. It's only an hour. So I'm just going to leave it alone. And I'm going to just talk about things and give them what they can handle. And then I'm going to leave them with this. It's probably not going to be enough. But go ahead and do that. And you can call me back when you really feel that you have the money. And understand something. You want to try something out? Go into anybody's home that says they can't afford to get well and walk through their house and see the addictions and see the wasted money and see how they don't know that their subconscious is actually lying to them, and they've wasted so much money and they're wasting away. Who's going to save these people? I don't know. I don't think anyone. And we can't do it. We can't save everyone because you have to be worth saving. So what if you have a lot of guilt? Well, then you're never going to be worth saving. So it doesn't matter what you try to do. So please don't try to talk somebody into loving themselves. Good luck with that. When they've decided to judge themselves enough that they're going to put themselves in judgment jail and kill themselves off slowly. And like, that's not happening. Seriously. Just think of the people in your family that are doing it right now. Yeah, that's why we have COVID. Thank you very much. All right. Which doesn't exist, by the way. But go ahead and make it exist, because we have to. Because how could the whole world be affected by something that doesn't exist? Oh, I don't know. I'm affected by God Almighty. So you can make anything exist that you want, but I've never seen God. But I can see that there's evidence everywhere. And then guess what? If you're looking for COVID, you'll find evidence everywhere. I don't see COVID. I see dysfunction. Okay. All right.
And a lot of fear, right?
Well, that is COVID.
Yeah.
COVID is fear. COVID was here before COVID. COVID was here before COVID. Jesus, help us all. Okay, all right. Do not give your clients more than they can handle mentally and emotionally handle. Oh my God, you should see what we're going to do. We're going to do the 12 loving steps. We're going to change your life. It's going to be great. You know, you're going to start falling in love with yourself, and then your wife is going to hate you. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. Click. Are you with me yet? Okay. It is important to create a successful strategy. So what does that mean? Don't ask someone that they can go and they can take 2 steps or 3 steps at a time when they can only take 1 step. So you make sure they only take 1 step, then say, check in with me. Now, everybody here is going to go, okay, wait a second here. So you're telling me that if I open up a business, I'm going to give a consult for, you know, somewhere around $150 to $200, and I'm going to give them lifetime support. Oh my God, I'm never going to get anything done. Are you like crazy? Last week, we did 125 consultations in our clinic. Okay? We refunded 1 in the last 9 months. Are you crazy? So understand something. When this is science, that medical system, there's no science because it never ever ends up right. And it ends up different all the time, doesn't it? But this is science. Science is where when you do something and you duplicate it, it's almost 100% every time. But people aren't 100% because they can't follow through. I'm not following through on loving myself, caring for myself. And I can't clear all that addictive stuff out of the fridge and the cupboard because my wife will kill me. My husband will kill me. My kids are addicted to it. No, you are. So why don't you just poison your family off your property instead of in your property? If you bring poisons into the house, then everybody's going to die a miserable death. There should be no poisons in your house. Your house should be full of love and full of healthy foods. That's it. I'm sorry. You know what? Okay, I know that Jennifer is addicted to smoking. Well, she has to do it off the property. Okay, so we'll actually put a chair in the middle of the street. Okay, and hope she gets hit. No, but you're not allowed to smoke on the property. You can smoke all you want, but you're not going to smoke on the property. You can drink alcohol all you want. You can do heroin all you want, coke all you want, because you're really going to stop people. One of my children, it's not her fault, but she went off the rails for 4 years, even into heroin. I took her out of crack houses, spent probably around $150,000, $75,000 on detox. Never gave up on her. Okay? And today she has 3 beautiful children. She's married, healthy. So understand something. We all do our best until we can do better. I could have had guilt. I could have thought I wasn't bigger than this to help her. You know? I'm going to tell you a quick story, and I know I'm off track. I was climbing the mountains in Sri Lanka, and then I went to a Buddhist temple to do a 30-day silent meditation. I was into my 15th day, and I just couldn't sit. And she kept coming on my mind, and you're not allowed to speak, except to the main Buddhist. So I said, I got to leave. It's my daughter. So this after my daughter already had gone through 3 detox programs. So anyway, to make a long story short, he didn't believe me. I won't get into the details, but I left. I felt a sense of freedom, and I needed to get to an internet cafe right away. So I went to the internet cafe, and I could tell as soon as I got her on Skype. I got a plane ticket that night, and then I flew to where she was at. And before I flew there, I got in touch with the people that were successful before. And let me tell you something. This is not to put down my ex-wife, but she said, I told her, I got to come back home. We weren't together then. And she said, don't you dare spend another penny on her. So I just took my own money, not hers. So, you know, the reality is you never give up. And this time it worked. I'm not going to go into all the details, and it worked. But you got to know when to move in. You got to know when. So you got to be heart-centered. Like sometimes you just don't get involved. You don't get it. Sometimes you've got to allow people to fall down on their knees, right? Oh, I rented a car in Toronto and I drove. Gotta hope I don't get choked up here. Anyways. I just walked in and I grabbed a suitcase and I threw all her clothes in there. And with such force that there was no negotiations. She was in the car within 5 minutes. Yeah. Drove her to the airport. Made sure she got on the plane. And they were waiting for her. Yeah. So the reality is this, and I know I'm way off track, is you got to know when to take action and not. So if you don't unconditionally love and care for yourself, because that's what I was doing, you know, I went and climbed 4 sets of mountains by myself to find myself. Lost 20 pounds. It's in the greatest shape, but I was really skinny. So then I come down and I buy 3 suits to only find out I'm not going to be like that. 3 weeks later, they didn't fit. Anyways, happy ending, but the suits didn't make it. Okay. It is important to create a successful strategy without the risk of failure. So the reality is if somebody says to you, I just want to do this now and I want to do it all. Okay, AAA personality, low down. And then you've got people that are fearful and move too slow like a turtle and they're just never going to get there. And that's the ones, you're going to have to really encourage. You got this, you got this. Seriously, just really connect to yourself. You don't need anybody else to make a decision. Just go through this. And then find out what their stumbling blocks are. Well, the reality is that what if I really start eating like this? Because they're not going to tell you. I'll be so different from my family that they'll reject me. And the reality is that human beings are really weak. They're so weak. Do you know why they're weak, John?
Because they don't have complete unconditional love, most of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, because if they had unconditional love for themselves, they would not fall into weakness. They could hold a stand for their family. But if you were sucking off your family for love, then you don't want to say anything and then be rejected because you think you're going to die, because love is like oxygen.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have to talk to them about it, and that they might have to go through 9 months of being slightly rejected or even viciously rejected by the family. You know what? You're too good for us. Our food's not good enough for you anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you join a cult? They're all programmed to knock you out of total vital health. The reality is this. Do you remember when you were younger? Come on, just have a toke. Come on, just have a smoke. Come on, just have a drink. What? No, I'm trying to clean up. Oh, really? Come on. Now you're too good for us? Come on, we all heard that. We all felt that. Okay? Do not push your clients too hard. Lovingly support and encourage them every day. Nutraceuticals, and when I say nutraceuticals, we have nutraceuticals. We don't have supplements. Supplements are low vibrational things that you get in a health food store. And I'm not saying every health food store. I'm not saying all of them. I'm trying to tell you that I pick the highest vibrational stuff. You go ahead and look at any of my products. Any of them. I'm not in the business to sell supplements. I'm in the business to sell you on high vibrational health. Thriving, not surviving. There's a big difference, okay? Next, so 6:30 in the AM. Now understand something. This does not turn out like this. This is just a general platform. Okay? But we got to start somewhere. And then we work on it, right? Okay? All right. Remember something. You're not coming here to have my personality. You're coming here to find your authentic self. It's got nothing to do with me. I need you to soul search. I need you to find your authentic self. We need another little Daryl like we need a hole in the head. Okay? You need to find your authentic self. That's all. And it's going to take you time. Whether you believe this or not, the journey will get better with every day. And sometimes you'll trip and then you'll come back on track. But the reality is you've got 2 years. 9 months you get to see the head of the baby. And that would be your real self. Okay, 9 months it takes of really due diligence here. Then what happens, okay, now we got to grow that baby. In 2 years, that baby is now walking and talking. And that's when you found yourself. It takes 2 years. I know this. And don't go, oh my God, 2 years. The journey will be beautiful. And every day the flower will open more. It will smell sweeter. Okay?
You told me that it would take 2 years when I first started this journey.
You would have ran.
Yep.
Because you were taught to be a patient. You were taught to be impatient, to remain a patient, so that society could feed off of you until there was nothing left. 50 years of working, and then another 25 years of spending all your money and them taking you apart. And tell me I'm wrong. Anybody want to come on and challenge me? 855-900-4544, extension 5. I do that on purpose because it shuts down people on Facebook going, blah, 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 blah. And then I have to look at this. All right. 6:30 a.m. up to 40 ounces, okay? That's 1.5 liters or quarts of hot water, structured water, with black diamond crystals. Now, you don't have to do the black diamond crystal. Oh, I haven't got any money. Okay, fine, you win. Okay, you win. Okay, 1, 2, 3, the count. It's over. That's it. I'm not going to fight with people. So just get hot water then. But the black diamond crystals are the purest humic fulvic in the world, and I will be challenged any day of the week. Go watch my show. Nobody has the patent formula that we have. We can take heavy metals out of humic fulvic. Nobody else can. We can actually orchestrate humic fulvic to actually work on different hormonal and nutritional problems, and we're working on that right now with some of the brilliant chemists in the world. I'm not making this up. Catch me if you can. Okay, so that would be this here, black diamond, okay? All right, and it also within 2 months, it'll be in a jar, so that it won't be in packets, so it'll be more for home use. This is for travel, okay? All right? All right. We're gonna make it through this today, and then today's a little longer. Is that okay? And if you have to go, just go, okay? And you too, you can go and you can come back and you can watch it if you feel as there's a need. All right. Crystals or 1 teaspoon of tummy love. I would always do the black diamond before anything. It is a higher vibrational product than tummy love. Okay, just know that. And not that tummy love isn't great. It is great, but just it just way people are. Tummy love is a combination of 75% humic, which we know will isolate and trap and hold and take out of the body any virus, which is not, there's no such thing but the infection that we call a virus, and it will trap it. If you were taking tummy love daily, then you wouldn't actually get a virus. You understand? Because it's continually cleaning up the mess. Fulvic acid, people will have them take extra fulvic acid when they're really acidic, when they have a lot of heavy metals. Okay, we need to buffer down and alkaline that blood, because you'll find a high calcium in the blood when the blood's really acidic. So doctors will go, okay, we're getting through this today, guys, so I'm not leaving here even if the last guy's standing. Okay, so fulvic acid is really important to buffer down the blood. Now, when a medical doctor, okay, these guys have their head up their butt so far when they talk about this. When a medical doctor says you've got hypercalcemia, too much calcium in the blood, they go stop all calcium products. That is the wrong thing. Here's the deal. When you've got too much calcium in your blood, it's showing that you are entering into a critical stage and you can lose your life. You can go into a coma or die from some condition. The reality is they need ionic calcium therapy. Nothing else works in the world. All calcium supplements are BS, dysfunctional belief systems. They actually can't be absorbed. There is no calcium supplement that can be absorbed. Ionic calcium therapy, you'll find it in the library. Go watch the videos. Go watch the science. This is why the FDA won't let us put it in our store. They can't stop us from selling it. It has no harmful side effects, not one, not one. And it has been shown while taking this that every autoimmune disease has been reversed. Now tell me it's not dangerous. It is super dangerous, okay, to the FDA that's trying to protect us, okay? All right, now, this is really important. You can do this in the, okay, oh, and the ionic calcium, if you do that. So what I do is every morning, guys, just so you know, first thing I do it differently. First thing in the morning, first thing I do is I take my ionic calcium, which is the Merigen, which is the strongest one. Then I have a shower, okay, all right? And then after the shower, right, what do? I do 1.5 quarts of hot water with black diamond, and I put super cinnamon in it because it helps with blood sugar. So anybody that has blood sugar problems or adult onset diabetes or diabetes can take super cinnamon. It's sweet. It also cuts your cravings down if you put it in your water throughout the day and you don't want sugar, okay? It's also antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. Okay, all right. So you can use that, or you could use lemon lift if you like lemon. The actual lemon essential oil is more powerful than the lemon juice, okay, because it's so concentrated. You can use orange burst if you like orange, And orange burst is really good for, especially two things for breast cancer are frankincense and orange burst to actually put on the tumor area of a breast. Okay, so frankincense and orange, and you want to rotate them throughout the day or rotate them every other day, because that confuses the cancer, because a change of frequency confuses it and boggles its mind. Okay, if it has one. Okay, there. 7 a.m. Doc of Detox calcium ion therapy. You can do it that way or the way I do it, right? And you just need to know that if you took in everything that we just took in is absorbable within 5 minutes. So within 15 minutes, you could do the ionic calcium therapy, and it can be taken every 4 hours. Calcium ion therapy, we know that calcium ions are the most important communicator in the human body. Without calcium ions, you wouldn't exist. Your cells could never talk together, could never repair, could not work together. Your body would fall apart. Calcium ions, so what we do is we make bone, we break bone. When we break bone, those ions come off. But the problem is with the EMF, with the blue light, with all of the chemicals that we take in and all the stress. Did you know that 75 years ago, people would have 3 traumatic, dramatic moments a month? Did you know prior to COVID, it was 17 times a day? Did you know with COVID, it's 175 times a day? Yeah, and this is why people are dying, because they're dying from actually dumping the adrenaline. And you know, I love this one. I have what? I have what? Adrenal fatigue. Okay, no, you don't. You have terrorism. Okay, I have PTSD. No, you don't. You have shell shock, and you're repeating the same story that traumatized you 1,000,000 times, and then you go to the doctors and they keep repeating it 1,000,000 times, and they're the poison. I'm telling you, I'm right. I'm too bad, but I'm right. So that's it. And people won't like me because they think it's either arrogant or they're going to lose money. And they're usually going to call me arrogant because they're losing money. And they're losing money because they're working with a dysfunctional belief system and they need to lose money. And I hope they lose a lot of money. I hope that they become bankrupt, because maybe those beliefs will become bankrupt, and then they'll buy into really helping people and not coming from scarcity. Wouldn't that be cool? Good luck with that. Okay. Bright Eyes Nano Folic Drops. I don't know anybody that doesn't need to buy a pair of Tesla glasses. That just know that. And yes, they're as expensive as Maui Gyms, but Maui Gyms gives you nothing. Remember that they invented sunglasses so that you wouldn't get the sun in your eyes, so that you wouldn't stimulate your brain, so that you wouldn't heal. Thank you very much. So how cool are you with your sunglasses? You're not cool at all, okay? You're going to heat up inside, because the sun is the greatest healer. But even the sun during the day has radiation, and I never get any radiation. So all 5G, all blue light, and all radiation from the sun when I wear these, because I wear these all the time, except when I'm doing this, because the people go, oh my God, why's he got to wear sunglasses? He thinks he's cool, right? So the reality is this, you know, you will invest in what you believe you're worth. So when you start investing into yourself and your family think you're selfish, just know that you're on track. Okay, thank you. Bright Eyes Nano Folic Drops. We make the only eye drops in the world from folic. Nobody else could do it because it would actually damage your eyes. This is in such a nano form. It's totally clean, totally clear, and it will prevent all eye disorders. If you already have them, we got to go tougher. Got to do Teslas. If you work in front of a computer or you're on your phone a lot during the day and you don't own Teslas, then you're just, you know what? People are in a coma, aren't they? That's all. They're in a coma. Oh, I can't afford it. That's right. Of course you can't. Okay, so what I tell people is do the Bright Eyes and do the silver bullet spray in your eyes, and that's how you get to keep your eyes. And understand, if you've got dry eyes, burning eyes, itchy eyes, it's all because your brain is burning out. And it's burning out from the blue light, from the 5G, and from you terrorizing yourself. Remember something, you can terrorize yourself, and when you have a disease, if you look inside your manuals, everybody, the Perfect Day manual, you'll see I show where the scar tissue is in the brain. And what we could do is we could get everybody here, okay, and we could do a thermography, not what they do, an x-ray. We'll do a thermography and we'll see where the scar tissue is in the brain, and then we can tell you what your disease is before you tell us. Or you can tell us where the disease is, then we'll do the thermography and we'll see where the inflammation or the scar tissue is, and we'll prove to you that that is the real science. Are we done yet? Okay. All right. So this is the stuff they don't want you to know, because if you knew this, you would become the greatest practitioners in the world. And once you find your authentic self and become a practitioner, you'll heal your family and they can bugger off. Yeah, they can. I've had enough. But you haven't. I've seen enough suffering. Remember, I get all the phone calls of the children suffering, the people that are losing people, all because we brought Nazi Germany home. Okay. You better get that. And I'm not fooling around, and I can prove it. But I will fool around. So you can use an infinite iodine one is the best things for the eyes, and also you want to get an eye cup, okay? So get an eye cup from the drugstore and then put a little bit more in that you can actually go back and hold the solution there long enough and tell people, I will go back through and tweak this again. Okay, everything gets tweaked all the time. Okay, all right? You'll see the next time we go to do this, right? It'll be changed. So we're going to keep bringing things up, making them tighter, you know? And I've only been working on this for like 35 years. And I'm still, every time we do a class, I have to change things. All right? Yeah, and you can spray the infinite iodine in, and if it stings, don't worry about it. Tell them. Oh, a little bit of stinging. Yeah, but it really hurt. Well, that's because there's a lot of infection. So then what I want you to do is just use the silver and the bright eyes together for a while, for a few days, and then go back to the infinite iodine and won't burn again. That's because you have so much infection. And just remember, if you've got glaucoma, you've got cataracts, you could have up to 1/8 of an inch thick of mucus. It's almost like plastic sitting on the back of the eye. And that's why if you do like an eye cup and you do an eye soak of these products, you'll wake up in the morning, you'll go like this, there's something there, and you'll pull, and it's like tissue, and that was sitting on the back of your eye causing the eye damage. And remember something, all eye damage is from brain damage. And it's your brain trying to actually stop you from looking or doing what you've been doing that's causing the brain damage, okay? 7:30 a.m. Okay, you can see in here, we do not use ATP Plus or Divine Vine or Pineal Elixir anymore. Life crystals were not made, and it takes 2 years to make them, and we can't use them anymore until they come out with them. I'm coming out with a product right now called IGF-1, and IGF-1 is, you know, people take human growth hormone. Well, that's got to go to the liver to be processed, and this will bypass the liver, and we'll be adding that to this eventually. I'm just working on it right now, and that will actually go in and really do the restoration along with the other things that we're doing already. Yes, Ron.
What's the base of the IGF-1?
Deer antler hair.
Excellent.
Okay, and the gentleman that's actually going to be producing this for us has been doing this for 30 years. He's the top person in the world, and he's creating our own formula. Pardon?
3 days.
Yes, I know it will. You have no idea what we're putting together, and we're putting together a different formula than that's on the market right now. And he said it would be done within 2 to 3 weeks. And that means within 6 weeks, we'll have it. And it'll be our formula. And we'll have a couple of different formulas, one for maintenance, one for get up and go. Okay? All right? Get up and heal. Okay? All right. I've been working on that now for over a year, and it's coming together. Just as I told you about the mushrooms that we're doing, there is no other mushrooms as powerful as this. And when I show you the stats, and when we actually, Oliver just flew in from Singapore, and we're going to be doing some shows together here, not next week, but the following week. And when the information goes out there, get ready. Okay? Activates, okay, so that has to come out, but C60 activates metabolic energy, takes when it fits into your schedule. So C60 Can be taken 4 times a day. When you really want to do some brain changes, some eye changes, some nervous system changes. And C60 is the highest vibrational molecule on the planet. Right now, France is trying to make it illegal because it dismantles the symptoms and the vaccine. Okay, all right? The V. I should just say the V so I don't get censored here. But, and it does. It's their worst nightmare. And just know this, what do you think that the Pentagon orders every month for everybody in the Pentagon? NASA, upper government, and the elites. What do they live on? C60. Because C60 is the longevity molecule. Okay? Do your homework, do your research, and you'll find out why. So, okay? All right.
Do they order from you?
No, they... Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
They order from the same people I get mine from. Well, he's not going to stop selling it to them.
No. We gotta buy it all up.
Oh, it's not going anywhere. You have to understand something. Richard's brilliant. Okay? He just bought his own generator system in Europe. So he's going to be generating his own. So China, 98% of the C60 was coming out of China. And it wasn't real C60. And then it was being formulated in Texas. China cut Texas off, which is good. And that's why if you go on Amazon, you'll see that 95% of the C60 that was there about 2 months ago is in there after we released all this information. But now China stopped making the C60 because it takes so much electricity. All right? And then the people that were making the C60 that wasn't what it was supposed to be went to the same people that in Russia that we get our C60 from, and they said they wouldn't sell it to them. No, that's not good or bad. It's just an is, right? And just know that we do have the best C60. If you saw what Richard has developed in producing the C60, nobody has this. He owns the patent. This is an Inky Dinky Schnitzel house. All right? 8 a.m. add black diamond crystals. Again, we're back to the crystals. 1 teaspoon of tummy love, okay, or folic acid or humic acid to structure water. Now, when we go and we take the course in Whole Life Coach this coming up starting Saturday, you're going to understand why each individual might be different, right? And there is a difference, right? If I had a huge viral load, I'd be doing lots of humic, wouldn't I? And then black diamond. If I was really acidic and lots of heavy metals, then I would maybe do just folic in my water and then black diamond. And then if I couldn't afford and I just said I can't do that, then I would just do tummy love and get more humic and some folic. So you see what I mean? So we'll do what we can to try to suit people, right? And then when people say, no, I just want to get well. And actually, just know this, the people that say they can't afford it, they'll spend more money than the people that say they can afford it. And then we'll go hard, we'll go deep. And if you've got a 20-foot hole, let's give them a 20-foot ladder. Those are the people that have the intelligence and the logic to know that if you spend more up front, that you're not going to spend as much as the person who said, I'm going to nickel and dime myself. That's the God's truth. It's always been like that. It always will. It's just a program. Okay? So just understand this. People on Facebook, Rumble, and BitChute, and Telegram, and everywhere else that's going to watch this. You're getting valuable information now that you should be paying a lot of money for. And understand, this week that we did is never happening again. They will get a Braveheart Nation week, but they will get stuff like me and you did this morning. But they will not get this information. We did this because we had problems with Zoom. We couldn't hook it up properly to all the practitioners. So this means everybody that is a practitioner, I've got practitioners in every country. So this means everybody's going to get the information. It's easy for them to access, but we will never do this again, eh, Sean? This will be shut down. It'll be private, and it'll only be for practitioners. Yeah. And Sean can't speak. Okay, and then again, we're going to see, we're doing the same thing. Everything's high vibrational. You should always be adding essential oils to your drink. And everybody would be doing it if they were programmed properly. But guess what? Oh my God. What is the worst thing that, remember the FDA tried to shut down essential oils, and they tried to do it for big pharma. They couldn't do it because they're trying to shut down a food. So they're going to tell us that a pure food cannot go in because it's too high vibrational into our drinking water. Please wake up, everyone, right now, today. And just so you know, my super cinnamon comes from only one farm. Okay? All right. And it's a little bit more than other people's super cinnamon, and you're going to find out why. And it's not that it's overly expensive, because any company that's a multi-level marketing, they seriously, okay, we'll sell you pure, unadulterated frankincense, 4 ounces for $125. Hello. We'll sell you most of our other oils, 4 ounces for $95. Now go do your shopping. All right? The world needs essential oils. All right. We'll be going back to this, those who are taking the course, because you can't get this stuff enough. But we'll be going in more detail. More detail. All right. FiberClear. FiberClear is a systemic enzyme, guys. What do you think of an enzyme that goes in and it doesn't so much as help you digest, but it goes in and digests the trapped protein particles, the plaque on the walls, okay, scar tissue, cancer cells, things that shouldn't be in you, and they never harm you. Now, you may not know this, but this same formula called FiberClear, there was a doctor named Dr. Jensen, Bernard Jensen, and he really was heavy in colon therapy like I am. And the reality is believe it or not, he got a tumor in his bowel because he didn't follow his own instructions. You could tell over the years he was starting to get a belly. You don't want a belly, you know? It's pretty smelly when you get a belly. Okay. Okay, so what?
Smelly belly.
Smelly belly. So what happened was he ended up having a tumor down there. So what did he do? Well, he did the colon cleansing and he did the coffee enemas. But what he did was he did hundreds of FiberClear a day, hundreds. And he took enough enzymes and he did enough juicing and he did a bunch of other things that the enzymes would go in 24/7. He was taking it in and taking tons of it. And they were all in there golfing up and eating away at it. Okay? So understand something. On every bottle that you ever purchase, the instructions are wrong when it comes to supplements. It's wrong. And we're not going to get into that today. That's another story, but we will be getting into it when we do. We're going through every product. And you're going to have all the notes and you're going to know exactly what to do with every client patient that you deal with. Okay? $8:30, daily cleansing tea. Best thing you'll ever do. Take the tea in the morning and night. Never stop it, please. If you can't afford anything else up here, then just take the tea. Just take the tea every day and take the Sinonian minerals. If you said I couldn't afford anything, take the most powerful one a day in the world and take the most powerful cleansing for the 5 detoxification organs in the world. There it is. Just do those 2 things and guess what? You'll make major changes in your life. So that's really important. But understand something. They really have to come along with structured water. Okay? This is the only thing you need. I travel with this all over the world. And if the water didn't come out yellow or brown, I would drink it after it goes through here. And people think I'm crazy. Well, guess what? How do I look? Am I okay? All right. So the reality is go ahead and buy your bottled water and don't structure it. Go ahead and buy all your bottled water and you're drinking crap. Until you structure it, you're not getting it. Only nature structures all the water that the world gets. Nature does not distill it. Nature does not reverse osmosis. And nature does not get it from Fiji or Avion. Okay, I want to make that perfectly clear. And if anybody wants to challenge me, go ahead. You know, you can get antioxidant machines that you plug in, but it's still not structured water. And I'm telling you that antioxidant machines are good. They add electrons, okay, to the water, and they microcluster it, but they still don't structure it. And anybody who tells you that I drink really heavy alkaline water, you don't even know, they don't even know what they're talking about. It's the worst thing you can do. Heavy alkaline water will disturb the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, and it'll disturb everything. Oh yeah, but I do feel better. Yeah, after a while, it will turn on you. It's not about the alkaline water, it's about the alkaline lifestyle. And we won't get into that. We got a lot of work to do next week. Okay. Well, my God, we're at 8:30. Let's see what time it is here. 10 o'clock? 10:13. Okay, we'll make it. We'll make it because it gets quicker. Okay, because you're going to find out that repetition is the key, right? So anyways, 8:30, daily cleansing tea. And if you're traveling, daily cleansing tea caps. There's no laxative in my product at all. Not even in my caps. There's no laxative. So if I was traveling, I'll do the tea in the morning before I leave to get on the plane or go into a car for a long drive, right? And then what I'll do is if I can't have the tea that night, I will take 2 cleansing caps. If I move good the next morning, I'm good to go. But if I'm not and the tea's not ready yet, wherever I've gone, I'll take 2 more cleansing caps. Nothing ruins the day more than having a cork up your butt and you can feel it. It ruins your day, it ruins your mood. And understand something, the reason why you have such bad relationships with yourself is because you got a cork up your butt. When you've had a good bowel movement, how'd that make your day?
Awesome.
Yeah, so understand something. I told you it was a computer printout. And when you have 2 to 3 good bowel movements a day, like I told that woman this morning about her 4-year-old, then everybody's happy, not crappy. Okay? You know, my grandmother used to say to me, before I even got into this, and I didn't know what she even meant when I was younger. She used to say, "It's okay, Daryl. Don't let this bother you. Your grandfather, okay, he's not grumpy. He's constipated." All right. Sinonian minerals, which I told you was the most powerful one a day. Infinite iodine. It's the only pure iodine on the planet. Anybody want to challenge me? Come right ahead. And it's the smallest. Do you know nano? Okay. Well, guess what? Nano is the smallest you can get, right? No, it's not. Do you know pico? It's 10,000 times smaller. Do you know theta? It's 10,000 times smaller than pico. And guess what? That's what iodine is. It can go anywhere in the body. And it's totally pure, and you can nebulize it. Right? And when you nebulize it, it's 1/3 iodine, 3 parts distilled water, or 3 parts structured distilled water. Okay? Let's move on. See, we don't have to repeat it. I can just go, okay, so 9 a.m., we're back to the same thing, okay? And then people that aren't doing a ton of C60, they should be doing ocean essential fatty acids. Okay, now these are the best fatty acids on the planet. And understand something, I'll just tell you this much. You can't digest fish oil. You can't, you burp it. And I don't care if it's from krill. It doesn't meet what ocean essential fatty acids does. It actually will absorb 400% better. Okay, vitamin D3, 5, vitamin D3, 5, I don't need it down here, do I? I live in the sunshine. But the more north you go, the more cancer there is. The more disease there is. The more north you go, the darker it is. And understand, Kelowna, British Columbia, you know what we used to get? We used to get vitamin D3 fed to us for 4 to 6 weeks of the year. That was it. Nobody knows that. Just because they got sun doesn't mean anything. That's why up there, if you look in the book, you look at the vitamin D light with the crystal, you're finished. Takes you like 4 minutes to 6 minutes a day, and you're totally saturated. And understand something, and they know this. Remember, when I was a kid, it was 400 IUs of vitamin D. Today, it's 800. And understand, I tell everyone that if you can't get what you need, okay, then you better be doing an adult 15,000 IUs and a young child 1,000, a teenager 5,000. And that's if it was my kid. I don't tell people to do it. I said, if that was my child, I'd be doing this. If I was you, I'd be doing this. And that's the way you talk to people. If I was you, then they can't come and get you. Oh, you said, no, if I was you, this is what I would do. If I was you. And I say that all the time. And guess what? Always talk. And I love that the medical system is always coming after us because it makes us have integrity. If I was you, this is what I'd do. If I was you. And then you get to be smart enough that you can assess a person where they're at in their life and what they kind of need. And then that's why we give them unlimited help. And you tweak it. And after a while, they become their own practitioner. Holy crap. What a gift. That's the deal. That's where we got to be. Okay, so 9 a.m., it's the same as what we did, 10 a.m. And everybody, if you just came on, you can just go to the library and look at the perfect day guide. It's in there. 10 a.m., we just repeated it again. I'm not going to say it. 11 a.m., okay. So what we did do was, if you're the type of person who can't relax, if you're the type of person that's always having cramping and spasms, okay, you're stressing out, we'll use Mag Infusion. Mag Infusion, they did a study of over 50 different magnesiums, and it absorbs better into the cells than any other magnesium. It heats up when you put it in. You can put it under your tongue, and it's kind of metallic, and let it, with saliva, and it'll uptake right up into your body. Now, you can add it as much as you want, and our Mag Infusion doesn't give you diarrhea because it absorbs. Most of the magnesium will cause diarrhea because it's loosening the stool. We're not taking it to loosen the stool. Okay? All right? So add black gold and Mag Infusion to a blender drink. Now you can do that twice a day. Now some people I have taking Mag Infusion 6 times a day because I don't want them to blow their adrenals out or their nervous system, and I need them to chill. And I also have them doing the belly button therapy to keep them into a parasympathetic state and connect to the lion heart breathing, get an Avicin if we can, to really teach them to get there. Because understand something, you are the terrorist. All right? Curcumin Cayenne 5000 plus, understand something. I tell people to do, if you've got circulation problems, 1 every hour. If you start feeling a little bit of heartburn from it, it's because it's pulling all the acid out anytime during this program. 1 teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of warm water, drink it, buffers the acid down. And guess what? Most people in this room need 1 teaspoon of baking soda twice a day right now because you're not alkaline, and and baking soda can actually, and I can say this because I'm not selling it, it's on the shelf, reverse cancer. And it'll never turn on you. And aluminum is in baking powder, not soda. So then people in health are going to tell you to go buy baking soda, baking soda, Arm & Hammer. They're going to tell you to go buy, I think it's called Bill's or something. And it's double the price. It doesn't have aluminum in it. You just got sucker punched. It's a lie. Okay? Yeah, that's true. Even people in health tell little lies. Okay? All right. So 11 a.m. black gold and blender drink. Curcumin Cayenne. It's every hour, every other hour when you're trying to bring your health back. And understand this. Curcumin Cayenne is the most taken product for inflammation in cancer in the world. The actual cayenne triggers the curcumin. Why do we call it 5,000? Well, because, people say I take turmeric. Well, guess what? If you took a teaspoon of turmeric, here we go. Let me just say it right. If I take a teaspoon if I took a teaspoon of curcumin cayenne, I would have to take 20 teaspoons of turmeric. There is only 5% curcuminoids in turmeric, 95% curcuminoids in our curcumin. So now, and then if you use cayenne, it triggers it, and it actually makes it 50 times stronger. And that's fact. So that's why it's called curcumin cayenne 5,000. Got it? Okay. 12 p.m. We're repeating again. Look at guys. Okay, Black Diamond. People can go back through this video if they want to do this, because this is for you mainly. 1 o'clock, curcumin cayenne. Do you see? But I'll have people do it like 3 times a day. But if I wanted to really bring my life back and clean out the pipes, I would be doing 1 every hour. Yeah. If I feel like I'm coming down with something, I do 1 every hour, and then I do lemon, honey, cayenne. And I do it in hot water, and I only drink that. And in 24 hours, I've already gotten rid of what you get to go lay in bed for 5 to 10 days with. Okay? So it's all been tricks, right? You've been tricked. And if you don't learn the tricks, you're going to keep getting tricked. All right. And then 2 o'clock, we're back to the black diamond crystals. Add a teaspoon of it. You see, it's just repeat. So we're repeating everything about 3 times a day. And repetition is the key. So we're always trickling in high vibration nutraceuticals to feed the cells and nutraceuticals to detoxify them. Love yourself well. And you only need to do this for 6 weeks to 3 months. And then guess what? You're just on maintenance. Oh, I got this. Wow. Oof. Right? So now you just find your perfect day and you're investing only a little bit every day, or you could just pile up your crap like everybody else and every 6 to 9 months go and do a deep cleanse and blow your brain out. I don't know. Okay. 3 o'clock, repeat. 4 o'clock, repeat. 6 o'clock, repeat. 7 o'clock, daily cleansing tea. And remember, throughout this, you don't have to do this. You got to go by how you feel. Start breathing and touching base with yourself. Oh, I don't need that. I only need to do it this many times. I only need to take half the dosage and I've got this thing. And then you're doing 2 blender drinks a day and you're doing 2 large salads with either beans or avocado and just doing that. And guess what? It's not my fault that you got healed. You can believe this or not, but I've got practitioners that have been doing it for 30, 40 years, their techniques, and they come and do this. And then they go, wow. Why wasn't it made simple in naturopathic school? Why wasn't it made simple in chiropractic school? Why didn't somebody tell us this a long time ago? You're way ahead of the curve, guys. You're way ahead of the curve. This is not arrogance. This is not me being right. Always come from unconditional love, and you'll make the right decision with your patients' clients. Do not let money take a priority. Never. And understand, you'll have all the money you need because you're gifting yourself in the world. The universe will gift you back. All right. Okay, and then we keep on doing the same thing. We did the calcium ion therapy if we needed it or we can afford it. Do you understand? That's done either 2 to 4 times a day, depending on the condition. Then we get to 8:30 amino boost because it helps you sleep. And it gives you the aminos. It's chocolate tasting. You mix it with water. It's really great. And the best aminos in the world are called SON formula, S-O-N formula, 98% absorbed. There's nothing like it. Okay, let me tell you something. In cancer clinics in Europe, not here, I don't know why, boom, they give their patients, okay, anywhere from 3 to 4 SON 3 to 4 times a day, and there's no muscle wasting. And that's what happens to sick people as you break your muscle down for the amino acids. So what if you were delivering them? So that's what happens. So now I've got a lady, the lady I told you in Africa, the cancer, her breast was 4 times the size of her other breast. She's going to tell this, so if she's going to tell the testimonial, so it won't be from me. So for like 6 months, we're talking. I got her on the C60, got her on the infinite iodine, got her doing other things. SON formula. It got mailed in March. It just got there. If she could have been taking, and I sold her 20 bottles, and this is in Africa, and they held it up that long. If she could have taken the SON formula throughout this, she wouldn't be gone. So now she's gone. So now she's going to take the SON formula, a little bit of exercise, and she's going to get it all back, but it's going to take 6 months to 9 months. If she could have had that, she wouldn't have had that. Okay, so all of the countries now are stopping products. Yes?
Yeah, you can put the amino boost in the blender as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can. But it performs the best. It's not that it performs bad. It just performs the best with structured water. Yes?
If I put coconut milk in with it, is it okay?
Yes. It's
I
just
like to
not.
make it like a hot chocolate.
That's right. But then if you, okay, can I say something? If you structure the coconut milk with the amino boost, don't do it. Just take it just like that. And then the next day, borrow a structure unit if you don't believe me from somebody. Well, then do it. Do it without and do it with. And you're going to go, whoa, okay, now, okay, all right.
Structure and coconut milk changes your structure.
You can put anything.
So here's the deal, because I know you're going to do it. Problem is everybody gets down here and liar, pants on fire. The liquor's so cheap, you start drinking again. So here's the deal. So let's take a bottle of wine. Let's structure just 2 ounces out of a whole 32-ounce bottle. I'd structure the whole bottle myself. It's smoother. But if you just structure 2 ounces and you put that into the wine bottle, you could drink the whole quart yourself. Drunk as a skunk, no hangover in the morning. So don't tell me it doesn't work. It protects you from what could kill you. Okay? All right. Guess what? We just made it through the day. That's it. And they said we couldn't do it. Tomorrow we'll go through the energy medicine, and then we'll go through the energy medicine, and we'll go through the 4 pillars of love, not the 12 pillars of love, because the 12 pillars of love are going to take us 2 days, and we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to do this.
Get
All right.
healthy or you won't be wealthy, right?
It's true, because you need energy to think. You need energy to get things done. God, money's the last thing on my mind. And I know you don't believe me, but I did. Things go bad sideways, and I'm down by $85,000 in the last few weeks. So the reality is I'm not down. It was an illusion anyways. And the reality is we're moving forward. Nothing's going to stop me, because your dream, your goals, your passion, your purpose, it has to come first before your family. Because understand something, you will never see it written in the universe that if you follow your destiny, that you have ever hurt anybody. You will enrich the world, you'll enrich yourself, you'll enrich your family, and you will be enriched. We'll be back here at 1 o'clock for Peter Webb, and we'll be talking about life crystals. We'll be talking about the bodyguard, the protector for the home. We'll be talking about this for the guardian for the garden, and then we'll be talking about the defender. The garden, that's 50 acres. That'll do 50 acres of a garden. This will do a 50-acre building. So that'll do a school, a factory, a church, and it will do it. And it will protect it against 5G, EMF, but not just that. We have the vibration of love, care. We have almost all my supplementations, the frequencies are in all of this. And the thing is they never wear out. They never break down. And that's the thing is energy never wears out or breaks down. You know, everybody goes, this is not true. This can't happen. Well, radionics is actually a science. So, you know. And when we get on there today, anybody that's on Facebook or in the audience that would like to challenge Peter, go right for it and find out how he shows you that you missed out on the biggest thing of your life, that you are the greatest energy medicine device that is ever created. So we've been created by God. So let's start acting like it. And I'll see everybody back here at 1 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your Creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico, and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body, so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life. And that's my guarantee to you.